You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Coming up, traffic has reopened on I-75 after a pedestrian was struck and killed near the Clark Road exit. We'll have a live update.
Plus, the search for information in the FBI's investigation into the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting, why law enforcement is struggling to find new details on the suspect. And later, we'll tell you why there's a petition calling for Halloween to be held on Saturdays. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. It's caused a bit of a debate in the studio here. I think that's a good idea. You think you want tradition to continue? Yeah, I like tradition. I think it should stay on October 31st. Even if it's on a Wednesday? Yes, you can still trick or treat on Saturday. Yes. We tried asking John Scalzi his opinion, but he, in a political season, would refuse to commit.
Yeah, I can see both sides of the issue. Saturday night, of course, everybody's got it free, so that would be nice. At least a lot of people have it free. However, on the 31st, it's kind of a traditional thing, you know, so I don't know. I don't know. He's not voting. So 62. One thing I do know is that the weather is going to be good for trick-or-treating tonight. 62 degrees the air temperature in Bradenton, 63. We're looking at a temperature that's slightly cooler than it was yesterday by 4 degrees, actually. So that's significant. That's because some drier air is filtered in, leading to a lot of sunshine, no rain in the forecast, and a daytime high warm in the mid-80s. Complete forecast in a sec.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Checking the roads right now. First alert traffic in Manatee County. Not seeing much so far. A little buildup there on 64 westbound. Nothing much to report there. Farther south, University Parkway westbound. Folks waiting there at the light at 301 have quite a delay, it turns out. Clark Road eastbound about Lockwood Ridge Road. And then South County, a little blip there on 776 as you rejoin 41 near Jacaranda. Our big story also involves traffic, though. Developing overnight, I-75 southbound is back open after a fatal accident just before the Clark Road exit. Now, this is the scene from last night. It happened about 11:30 p.m. Here's what it looks like right now. FHP says a pedestrian ran into traffic and was pronounced dead at the scene. This is obviously a developing story. No word yet as to who it was or why the person ran into traffic. This is a live picture from 75, traffic flowing smoothly. Updates on mysuncoast.com. Right now, the FBI investigation continues in Pittsburgh as police admit they are struggling to find information on the man who opened fire allegedly on the Tree of Life synagogue, killing 11 people. ABC's Lana Zach explains why protesters gathered to demand that President Trump denounce white nationalism.
Funerals continue today in Pittsburgh in the wake of the most deadly anti-Semitic attack in American history. The city, united in mourning, was divided in their opinions of President Trump, who visited the Tree of Life synagogue on Tuesday.
Very sad. Hopefully we'll learn a lot.
Together with First Lady Melania, Ivanka, and Jared Kushner, the president placed stones from the White House Rose Garden on the Stars of David that mark the loss of 11 lives. But local officials had asked the president to delay his visit, a sentiment echoed by many.
He is a purveyor of hate speech, and he is not welcome in my synagogue and in my city.
More than 1,000 protesters and residents gathered nearby.
It's not about you! Let the families grieve!
Carrying signs that read "Words Matter," they demanded that the president fully denounce white nationalism. Meanwhile, as the FBI continues their investigation, it seems no one really knew the killer. Described as a demon on social media, in person, Robert Bauer seemed to be a ghost. No family, no apparent friends, and neighbors say in the 18 months he lived at his current address, he never even opened the blinds.
White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders was asked if the president missed an opportunity to denounce anti-Semitism. She said his trip was intended to show respect to the families and friends of the victims, as well as all Jewish Americans. Lana Zach, ABC News, Washington.
Here on the Suncoast, churches, synagogues, mosques, and other places of worship are all planning for the unthinkable following that deadly shooting in Pittsburgh. Sarasota police have heightened security at all places of worship across the city. Every time there are services in our community, Sarasota police are patrolling the areas, and at special events, there are extra officers that are on duty monitoring the situation.
Luckily, we have not had any overt issues here in the city of Sarasota. We've had a couple calls where people were suspicious of things, but that's what we're here for, 24/7. If someone in the city feels like something's amiss, give us a ring, let us come check it out, and we'll make the decision whether or not we'd have to take action. But it's always better to play it safe than to wait and have something happen.
Sarasota police also provided security for the vigil that was held earlier this week to honor those victims in Pittsburgh. They say everything went smoothly and they did not have any issues.
Sarasota County says they need to spend $16 million to keep Ed Smith Stadium up to Major League standards. Commissioners voted last week to shift money within the tourist tax allocation, so money will come from the budget set aside for Visit Sarasota County. The president there says the timing couldn't be worse since they're trying to recruit new tourists who are concerned about red tide in our area.
The timing is not ideal, but the county commission made a decision. And so our job and our focus right now is we've built a red tide recovery program. It's delivering the best program we can to help our industry recover as quickly as possible.
So people who stay in area hotels and motels pay a few extra cents on the dollar to help form the tourist tax budget. It's also called a bed tax.
A bridge here on the Suncoast will be undergoing some major repairs soon. The bridge that connects Longboat Key with Anna Maria Island will have work done on all parts of the aging structure. The Longboat Pass Bridge is one of two ways you can get onto the island without using watercraft. The other is over New Pass Bridge. FDOT officials say there's been lots of wear and tear in the 61 years that this bridge has been around, so it's time for this more than $3 million end-to-end, top-to-bottom facelift of the bridge. It will include concrete erosion protection, concrete repairs, as well as repairs to the sidewalks and the deck.
All parts of the bridge is attacked by the salt environment that it's in, and therefore it gets some rust and corrosion, deterioration over time that needs to be addressed.
I noticed little things like chunks of concrete missing from the rails and stuff, things like that. But I mean, I don't notice anything structural.
Plans are for crews to work overnight to minimize traffic problems. The project will get underway next May and is expected to be completed by Thanksgiving of 2019. For now, FDOT says the bridge is still in fair condition structurally and safe to use.
One of those bridges you cross and never realize the actual name for it.
Yeah.
Longboat Pass Bridge. Still ahead, Halloween spending is expected to reach over $9 billion nationwide. We'll break down that spooky high price tag.
And coming up at 6:30, less than a week to go until Election Day, we'll tell you how more than 3 million people have already voted across Florida.
It is 6:07 on this Halloween morning. Live shot there outside of our studios. As far as the drive time forecast goes, for that, here's John Scalzi.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for us, actually. I don't have any of the boxes checked on the inclement weather categories because we're not going to see any, really. Yesterday we had a little patchy fog around. Don't see that today as we have drier air in place. Mid-60s we'll go for on the commute to work, on the way home from work, near 80 under sunny skies. Complete forecast in a minute.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hot, hot. It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Planning a Carnival Fantasy Cruise out of Mobile? Then check out the park and cruise packages at the luxurious Battle House and Renaissance Riverview Plaza hotels. Stay at the Battle House for $169 per night, or the Riverview Plaza for just $149 per night, and leave your car for the duration of your cruise. Includes transportation to and from the cruise terminal. If you're cruising out of Mobile, come stay with us. Call 1-800-MARRIOTT or visit Marriott.com now.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at 62 degrees is the air temperature. We have a dew point value coming in at 60, which is a little bit lower than it was yesterday, so it feels kind of nice outside right now, I'd say. You know, a little cooler, a little crisper, I guess you might characterize it as. As we head into the 9 a.m. hour, temperatures will rise under the influence of plenty of sunshine once dawn breaks up to about 65, heading on up into the 80s again today. It'll be slightly warmer today than it was 24 hours ago, coming in at about 85 for the temperature at 3 p.m., probably topping it out at around 86 for a daytime high. And then as we head into the evening, I think we'll start to decrease the temperatures probably pretty quickly. We'll get to about 80 degrees by sunset time. And then as we head into the 7, 8, 9 o'clock hours, we'll be dropping off our temperature to about 76, 75 degrees, something like that. So pretty nice for trick-or-treaters this evening. No rain in the forecast quite yet. But the rain will come. It'll come tomorrow, and it'll most certainly come on Friday as we have a line of showers beginning to develop right now. That line of showers associated with a cold front that's advancing toward the state of Florida. Right now, though, high pressure is the dominant feature for us, keeping us rain-free. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day today, and really for the most part, a pretty decent day tomorrow as well, though we will have more clouds around, and we will start to spike up our humidity just a little bit tomorrow. We'll also factor in a chance for a few scattered showers coming up from the south as winds twist. The winds will twist because high pressure moves out into the Atlantic, and we'll start to see those winds begin to turn as that happens. Also, the frontal boundary will be approaching, and by Thursday, it'll be kind of on our doorstep with winds shifting even southwest, and that, I think, will really spike up the temperatures. Sunny today, however, moderate humidity, we'll call it, through the afternoon today and evening, and then we'll wait for those Friday rains to come our way. That's the cold front that will really switch our winds around for a day or two and bring us some a little bit cooler air. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll start to see some of those showers lifting north, riding on that southerly or southwesterly wind. And then on Friday, the rain showers come our way. Nothing severe forecast for us yet. The severe weather located, if we get any, to our north central Florida. Again, the most likely location for that. For boating today, pretty decent. Watch for that east wind coming in at about 10 knots, turning a little more southeasterly this afternoon. Again, kind of a little bit breezy at 10 to 15. Should make for some nice trick-or-treating weather, though. So the forecast looks like this. Today we'll go with about 86 as a daytime high. Tomorrow, we'll factor in that slight chance of a shower as our winds turn a little more southerly and the humidity starts to increase on Thursday. Friday, and the timing for this is still a little up in the air, but probably the second half of the day in the afternoon and evening, we'll watch for that chance of showers to spike up to about 50% as the line of showers with the front moves through. Saturday looks beautiful. A little bit drier, a little bit sunnier, and no rain in the forecast. Then the front that moved through on Friday returns back north as a warm front on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday kind of wagging its tail, giving us a chance of rain each day, warming our temperatures. And clocks go back Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Taking a look at First Alert traffic. We begin, as always, in Manatee County. There is a new accident to report. That's on 15th Street Court and the intersection of State Road 70 at 53rd Avenue. So beware of that accident there. Doesn't appear to be causing any delays at this hour. In Sarasota County, nothing major to report. Some slight delays on US 301 in both directions in between University Parkway and Fruitville Road. Other than that, things are running smoothly. And in southern Sarasota County, there's nothing to report at 6:15 on your Halloween morning. In consumer news, Halloween spending is expected to reach over $9 billion this year.
Kim Hutchison explains that scary price tag.
Candy, costumes, decorations, it all adds up. And this Halloween, collectively, we're expected to spend $9 billion. That's according to the National Retail Federation's annual survey. The report found the average spending per person is $86.79. That's slightly higher than last year's spending survey. So where's all that cash going? According to the NFR survey, $2.7 billion will go towards decorations, $2.6 billion will go towards candy, $400 million on greeting cards, and the bulk of it, a little more than $3 billion, will be spent on costumes. And speaking of dressing up, the survey found the top-ranked costumes for children were princess and superhero. For adults, the popular costumes were witch, vampire, and zombie. The survey also found pet costumes are gaining popularity. Nearly 20% of people said they plan to dress up their pets this year. That number is up from last year's 16%. The NRF credits the economy and high consumer confidence for the positive survey. For Consumer Watch, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
It looks like some people aren't happy about trick-or-treating. On a weeknight, the Halloween and Costume Association launched a national petition asking President Trump to move Halloween to the last Saturday of October. So far, more than 33,000 people have signed this petition. Ray Collins is going to be the next one on that list.
Yes.
The organization said changing it to a Saturday would make for a safe, longer, stress-free celebration that benefits both parents and kids. We're asking you, what do you think?
I know you're big on tradition. I get that. But that makes more sense. Halloween trick-or-treating on Saturdays.
I support trick-or-treating on Saturday. You can still celebrate, but the actual holiday is October 31st.
Yeah, okay, we can compromise.
Okay, a little bit in the middle.
A lot of nice events around the area. St. Armand's Circle, shops taking part in that as well tonight. Safe Halloween trick-or-treating there.
All right.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
We'll tell you why teachers at the St. Louis daycare have been fired after video shows them cheering on kids while they fought. That goes viral.
And next half hour, it is Halloween, and that means trick-or-treating. We'll tell you about some apps you can download to make sure kids stay safe. 6:17 right now. Here's a peek outside at the downtown skyline. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Conquer your next adventure. Get a new Jeep at a great price during Jeep Adventure Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or get the most awarded SUV of all time, a new Jeep Cherokee, for as little as $19,999. Find the path to your next great adventure in the all-new Jeep Compass for just $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
When ABC7 declares a first alert weather day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a first alert weather day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A first alert weather day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework.
He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Like ABC7 on Facebook to stay connected to the team you trust.
Welcome back. Teachers at a St. Louis daycare have been fired after video shows them cheering on kids while they fought. That video going viral.
ABC's Lindsay Davis has the story.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a mother is suing over troubling footage showing preschoolers taking part in what she calls a toddler fight club. In the 2016 video, teachers are seen cheering the young children on. One jumps enthusiastically while the other helps students put on toy fists. One little boy caught on camera tries to break up the fight.
Oh, get out the way!
The incident came to light after a 10-year-old boy captured this video on his iPad, showing his 4-year-old brother allegedly being forced to fight with another student.
They're fighting.
If he wouldn't have had his iPad on him that day, who knows if we even would have found out about this.
The boy's mother, Nicole Merciel, immediately reported the incident to the school and to authorities. And we'll have the latest in the investigation coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
Burlington isn't Coat Factory anymore.
They still sell coats.
Yes, dear.
We get our boots here. All kinds of coats. Stars! Look how cute.
We saved a bundle.
All the great brands at a fraction of the cost. I came to Burlington to buy a coat. I got socks, boots, scarves.
This is not a video game. This is not a screensaver. This is the destruction of a cancer cell by the body's own immune system, thanks to medicine that didn't exist until now. And today can save your life.
This is Dell Cinema technology. Uninterrupted streaming, brilliant sound clarity, and lifelike color. Experience Dell Cinema on the XPS 13. Get up to $200 off select XPS 13 laptops at Dell.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Tom, and this is Chef Alan. We're with Publix Aprons Cooking School. What do we got cooking here today, Al?
Well, we got a really nice dish. It's a sweet and spicy shrimp panzanella salad.
Ooh.
So let's make the marinade for the shrimp right now. I've already got some marinated here, Tom. We're gonna use a little brown sugar. We're also gonna use some chipotle spicy hot sauce.
Oh, I like that.
You know, that chipotle has a little smokiness to it, which will give it a really, really nice flavor. So we just mix that up just like that. Okay, we toss our shrimp right into it like this and let that marinate. I like to let it marinate for, hour, maybe 2 hours, because it really gets that flavor to blend in. So I've already got some here marinated, so we're gonna put those in there.
Ooh, I like that sound.
That's the sound you want right there, Tom. Tom, if you'd watch that for me, I appreciate it. Now, the panzanella part of that is a bread. And the bread is, what we're using tonight is a naan bread. Okay, it's a garlic naan bread. It's beautiful. We sell it here at Publix. Great aroma, just fantastic. So we're gonna make a little bit of a dressing here to go with our salad. We've got a little Caesar dressing here. We've got some fresh lime zest here. And we're gonna put a little fresh lime juice right into that. We give that a stir, pretty simple to do here. Again, let this sit for a little while. Let these flavors blend together. They'll marry real well together. So in this pack here, this bowl here, I've got a little bit of romaine lettuce, and we're just gonna toss a little of this dressing with the romaine lettuce. You can use any lettuce that you want. If you use a mescalune mix, iceberg mix, whatever you want to use. You let that sit. This comes in one of our package deals that we have here at our produce department. It is fantastic for making salads. Comes with everything.
Thank you, Chef Alan. We appreciate it. Looks great. Starting tomorrow, be sure to stop by your Publix Apron Simple Meals kiosk. Pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients after sampling the delicious recipe. Thank you, Alan. Looks great.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
Support the Hurricane Michael Relief and Disaster Fund by donating to the United Way of Northwest Florida today. Help communities rise and rebuild after the devastating mess left behind. 100% of all Hurricane Michael donations are applied to the local relief efforts in the Northwest Florida area. Every donation makes a difference and is appreciated. Together, we are all Panhandle Strong.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Investigate TV tackles the tough topics.
What happened to my life was awful.
When your health is compromised, we investigate.
They are really drug dealers in white coats.
Corporate greed exposed.
How do you trust them to run this program?
The powerful held accountable with in-depth journalism led by award-winning journalist Lee Zurich. We're your watchdog. Search Investigate TV on your Roku device. Download it now.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert Weather app now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Coming up, it's Halloween, and that means trick-or-treating. We'll share some apps you can download to make sure your kids stay safe.
Plus, new information on the accident that left 4 South County bicyclists in critical condition.
And wind and tide are being blamed for bringing red tide conditions back to the area. What Moat Marine scientists say needs to change for conditions to get better. Those stories plus your first alert forecast coming up this half hour on Good Morning Suncoast. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jess Dowdrick. Happy Halloween. If you're just joining us, we're matching in our orange today, of course. No costumes, but maybe a little later we'll put those on.
Yeah, we couldn't exactly dress up like pirates or goblins, so we just wore orange. Kind of boring. But we do have a fun station party today where you're going to dress up.
Yep, you can't know my costume yet. You have to wait until the actual party. So you'll have to see on Facebook later.
We'll show pictures tomorrow on that or later on today on social media. But first, let's get to the meteorologist, John Scalzi.
Yeah, it looks like a good weather forecast for us today for trick-or-treaters tonight. The young ones will have absolutely fantastic weather. The humidity will be kind of moderate, and there will be no rain in the forecast. Temperatures across the region generally a few degrees cooler than they were, about 62 right now. So 4 degrees cooler, 3 degrees cooler in Bradenton. And we're on our way to a warm afternoon with rain-free skies. Look for about 85 as a daytime temperature by 3 p.m. We'll probably top it out at about 86. Back to you.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. First alert traffic now. We've got an issue there in Manatee County. We'll click on that. 15th Street Court, an accident right there at State Road 70. Doesn't show much residual delay so far. Farther south, you'll see out in Lakewood Ranch some problems westbound as you first get going there, out by Lakewood Ranch Boulevard. Also the 301-41 intersection, some problems there just south of downtown. And South County looking mostly clear right now at 631. However, developing overnight, I-75 southbound is back open after a fatal incident just before exit 205, which is Clark Road. This was a scene from last night when it happened in the 11 o'clock hour, and here's how it looks right now. Traffic, again, you see, is indeed flowing. But here's the deal. FHP says a pedestrian ran into traffic, was struck and pronounced dead at the scene. This is a developing story. We'll have more on this on the air and also on our website at mysuncoast.com. Well, on this Halloween, some local law enforcement is knocking on doors of those who are asked not to come in contact with children.
Our Marla Spence joins us live in the newsroom with the latest on that story. Marla.
Yeah, Justin Ray, before trick-or-treaters head out tonight, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies will be knocking on the doors of sexual offenders and predators and they're going to be looking to see and make sure that they are not trying to lure kids to their homes. Now, right now, there are about 500 sexual predators and 60 offenders that live within the county. Randy Warren says if any offender is seen talking to kids or putting up decorations at their homes, seen giving out candy, or even sitting on their front porch while trick-or-treaters are out, they will be arrested for violating their probation.
What we're trying to do is to remind them to lay low. Maybe go somewhere else. So don't stay at the house. Maybe this is a good night for that sexual offender who's trying to get their life back on track. They don't need to re-offend. Maybe it's a good time for them to go to dinner somewhere. They already know what they're allowed to do and not do. We want them to know that we're checking up on them to make sure that they're not inviting people to come to their home.
And Warren says Halloween is supposed to be fun, and the last thing parents should want to do is put their kids in an awful situation. Parents can look on local law enforcement apps, which both Sarasota and Manatee counties provide. In those apps is where you can find out where exactly those sexual offenders and predators live within Sarasota and Manatee counties. Ray and Jess.
All right, thank you, Marla. For the latest on Halloween safety tips and breaking news and the forecast, check out our app. It's under WWSB or My Suncoast in the App Store. A developing story out of Venice where 4 bicyclists were left in critical condition yesterday. It happened on Center Road in Venice at Rockley Boulevard near the Plantation Country Club's back entrance. FHP says the 3 men and 1 woman veered from the bike lane into the path of a car coming from behind. There's the car. The riders were so badly injured, 3 were airlifted to Sarasota Memorial Hospital. A 4th was driven to the hospital. Now, even though FHP says the bicyclists came out of the bike lane and in the front of the car, fault has yet to be determined.
just like sobriety, distractions that we're going to look at, because, we have 4 people that are seriously injured, and we take that serious. There's someone's children, someone's husband, so we want to make sure that we're doing our, diligent investigation out here so that we can come to those conclusions.
Those 4 bicyclists are in their 50s and 60s and are from Venice and Englewood. Also in Venice, an electrical issue may have sparked a fire that burned several boats docked at this marina. Fire rescue says 2 sailboats went up in flames before it spread to 2 other boats. No one on board, no injuries, damage about $1 million.
Less than a week to go until Election Day, and more than 3 million people have already voted across the state of Florida. Republicans slightly outnumber Democrats who have voted early. There are more than 13 million registered voters in Florida. 2 big races drawing people to the polls. The race for governor featuring Republican Ron DeSantis and Democrat Andrew Gillum, and the U.S. Senate race where incumbent Senator Bill Nelson is facing Governor Rick Scott. And Manatee County Area Transit will offer free bus service on Election Day. The offer includes the MCAT Route 99 buses that travel into Sarasota County. Handy Bus clients can ride free if traveling to or from a designated polling location. Uber and Lyft are offering free and discounted rides to the polls as well.
Wind and tide are being blamed for bringing red tide conditions back to parts of the Suncoast. We had a small break recently thanks to the easterly winds, but some beachgoers are once again seeing dead fish in dark water again. Mote Marine Lab says the effect of red tide really depends on the bloom concentrations, the currents, the wind direction. One scientist told us it's like trying to forecast the direction of a hurricane weeks ahead.
We've had a fraction of that effort and funding to do that kind of research. So of course, making those long-term forecasts are going to be very difficult.
You can find all of our red tide coverage, including answers to your most asked questions, online at mysuncoast.com and click on Red Tide.
Happening today, treat yourself to a new career this Halloween. Lakewood Ranch is hosting its Sarasota Job Link 2018 Career Fair featuring Tampa Bay employers. The event features a dozen employers who will be hiring on the spot in all fields, from medical to teaching, technical, customer service, installation, electrical sales, and more. The event is being held at the Even Hotel on Lake Osprey Drive. It'll run from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., so make sure to bring a resume and be ready to get hired.
And happening tonight, Thriller is returning to St. Armand's Circle for Fright Night. Sarasota High School's drama department will once again get zombified, performing Michael Jackson's Thriller. This was the scene about 5 years ago in St. Armand's Circle. It's an annual event, though. There'll also be haunted storefronts and trick-or-treating around the circle for kids. The spooks begin at 6 p.m. and end at 8:30. You can also bring your little ones to trick-or-treat on Siesta Key in the broad daylight. Merchants in Siesta Village as well as on South Siesta Key will take part. Just look for those displaying festive balloons out front. Festivities on the Key start at 3 and end at 6 p.m.
And tonight in Bradenton, the community trick-or-treat stroll is perfect for families with small children. It starts at 6 in the afternoon at the Village of the Arts. And in Venice, you can go to Centennial Park to watch the Venice Children's Halloween Parade. It starts at 4:30, followed by trick-or-treating at nearby stores. And if you're in Englewood, you can stroll down Dearborn Street for the 23rd annual Halloween Safe Walk. It starts at 5 and will feature live music, a pumpkin patch, a photo prop, and take your furry friend because there's a pet costume too. You can go everywhere. You could start trick-or-treating at 3 and go through the night and travel to different places.
Siesta Village. I think St. Armand's Circle sounds like fun. Have you seen the Thriller dance yet?
No, I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen that in person.
I'll have to go if I'm still awake at that
If you're
hour.
still awake, I know it. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Caught on camera, a deadly experimental helicopter crash. This is in Central Florida. We'll tell you where it happened and what investigators think may have happened here.
And while Halloween is meant to be filled with fun, we'll tell you about some big health risks to watch out for while trick-or-treating.
6:38 right now on this Wednesday morning. Shot outside at a very quiet 10th and Lemon intersection. Just one green van out there right now. John Scalzi, always in the Halloween spirit, my friend.
Absolutely. Don't boo me for the forecast.
Never.
We're looking at some pretty quiet conditions out there for trick-or-treating this evening. It will be warm, but there will be no rainfall, and the humidity, we'll call it moderate. It will be dark, though, so be sure to flashlights and reflective costumes, all mandatory. We will have a half moon, but that won't rise till after midnight. And we'll look for a sunset to start at about 6:48. Temperatures range between 80 degrees to start and 75 degrees to finish. Forecast in a minute.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
WWSB ABC7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Army National Guard soldiers serve to give back to their country and their community. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for benefits such as health and life insurance, education benefits, and retirement and VA home loan benefits. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, quiet conditions on the Suncoast with a 62-degree air temperature and a dew point value coming in at 60. It feels pleasant outside, really. The dew point value is a little bit lower, and the air temperatures running around 4 degrees cooler than they were 24 hours ago. So that's nice. We'll warm up, though. We'll have plenty of sunshine around once dawn breaks and head up to a temperature in the 80s pretty quickly. By lunchtime, we'll be at 82. By the time we hit 3 p.m. or so, we'll be at about 85, and I think we'll probably top it out at around 86, maybe 87. And then as we head into the evening hours, the humidity will have started to increase just a little bit, so we'll taper off the temperatures a little bit slower. Figure for trick-or-treat time around sunset through about 9 o'clock, ranging from 80 to 75. A frontal boundary is already producing some fairly heavy rainfall across the country. That is a frontal boundary that will be moving through our area as we head into Friday, bringing with it this line of showers and thunderstorms. Right now, things are quiet. Don't expect to see anything like that today. Dry today. Tomorrow, though, we will pick up a chance at a shower or two. It's not going to be the frontal line of showers, but it will be a shower or two as our winds start to twist. That high-pressure ridge moves out into the Atlantic to allow that frontal boundary to approach. As that happens, our winds have to twist in response to that on the underbelly of that high. We'll see them turn a little bit more to the southeast, and it'll pump up a few scattered showers across the region tomorrow. Then on Friday, the front itself actually approaches, and that will bring us a chance of seeing even some thunderstorms possible. So sunny skies today, moderate humidity, and then those rains coming our way on Friday. Now, the humidity won't stay moderate forever. Tomorrow, as I mentioned, we'll start to see those winds shift south and eventually even southwest as that front approaches. That'll bring those few showers our way, plus spike our humidity, making it feel pretty sticky around here by tomorrow night and into Friday. Then in the second half of Friday, that frontal boundary will be approaching and bring us that chance of showers and thunderstorms. It may linger into Friday evening or night. Timing of that, of course, will be adjusted as we head into the next several days. But there could be a few thunderstorms around. The line itself will tend to weaken as it gets closer to us, with most of the energy sent off to the north and to the east. So the forecast for boating looks pretty good for today. Watch for those winds to start to pick up this evening, though. That might actually make it a little bit more pleasant during the evening hours. East wind coming in at about 10, turning to the southeast at about 10 to 15 this evening. Light chop increases to a moderate chop tonight. So 86 for the temperature today, and then tomorrow about 85 with a few more clouds around, a scattered shower or two, certainly not out of the question in the afternoon. And then tomorrow, Friday afternoon through probably Friday evening, a good 50% chance of showers or thunderstorms, followed by Saturday and Sunday, a chance of showers on Sunday, Saturday dry, and clocks go back Saturday morning at 2 a.m., and we'll continue a small chance of rain Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, John. Taking a look now at first alert traffic. We begin in Manatee County. We're still seeing that accident there on State Road 70 at 15th Street Court. It doesn't appear to be causing any delays at this hour. As we head south into Sarasota County, just some delays on Fruitville Road. If you're heading eastbound toward the interstate, expect some delays there. There's also an accident on Clark Road at Derrick Avenue. So expect that there. And in southern Sarasota County, we're not seeing anything major to report at 6:46 on your Halloween morning. Caught on camera, a deadly experimental helicopter crash in central Florida.
A gyrocopter crashed into a mobile home park in Highlands County. This happened yesterday afternoon. 2 people in the copter were killed, 1 person injured on the ground. The crash destroyed a mobile home and damaged another. Still no word yet as to what caused that crash. New developments now on the mail bombing suspect. Investigators say that Cesar Sayoc was planning a domestic terrorist attack for 3 months. He is accused of sending explosive devices to several Democrats and to CNN last week. The DOJ says investigators found lists of physical addresses that match the labels of the IED packages that they say he mailed. Forensic evidence from the laptop also indicates that Sayoc used the same computer to conduct research on his targets. His next hearing is set for Friday in South Florida.
And happening tonight, President Trump will be in Fort Myers to help gubernatorial candidate Ron DeSantis. Some attendees have already arrived at Hertz Arena, formerly known as the Germain Arena. The president's remarks begin tonight at 7 p.m. DeSantis is expected to be at that rally. But before he heads to that rally in South Florida, DeSantis is scheduled to host one here at Dolphin Aviation in Sarasota at 8 o'clock this morning, followed by a meet and greet in Punta Gorda at 10:30. Meanwhile, his Democratic opponent, Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, is scheduled to hold 2 campaign stops in Pensacola this morning. In Health Smart, it's finally time for spooky costumes and candy, but while Halloween is meant to be a holiday of fun, there are some big health risks to watch out for.
Reporter Meredith Wood has our story in today's Health Minute.
Trick or treat could be less treat this Halloween if you don't take some precautions. A 2012 State Farm study found children are twice as likely to die on Halloween than any other day of the year. And a major cause of these deaths? Walking in the street. In a study of over 4 million deaths over a span of 20 years, State Farm found nearly 70% of pedestrians were hit away from a crosswalk or intersection. And these deaths, they aren't limited to just young children. Most of the fatalities were teenagers. Keep your little goblins safe by dressing them in reflective tape, trick-or-treating in groups, and carrying a flashlight. And beware of face paint. The FDA does not approve of color additives in face paint. They say a color that's okay for your hair or your nails may not be for skin. You can check the face paint ingredients against the list of approved additives on the FDA website. If an ingredient isn't FDA approved, experts say just don't use the product at all. Also on the list of Halloween dangers, pumpkin carving. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says out of the 4,500 Halloween-related injuries last year, 41% were linked to making jack-o'-lanterns. Safety experts suggest putting away sharp kitchen knives and using the small tools in carving kits. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
All right, our top 7 headlines after this, and also a suggestion from a viewer as what we should wear today.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it. He won't tell me until he tells us on air.
Stay with us.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Ghetto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Ghetto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Ghetto location near you or visit Ghetto.com.
Ghetto's got it.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration. Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
Florida's coral reefs are declining. Bad news for our oceans and marine life. Fortunately, you can help, and you don't have to dive, you just have to drive. When you purchase Moat's Protect Our Reefs license plate, $25 goes directly to Moat Marine Laboratory, whose research, restoration, and conservation programs are helping this precious natural resource thrive once again. So get your Moat Protect Our Reefs license plate today. You just might hold the key to saving Florida's reefs.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 15% on our premium finishes during the California Closets Autumn Upgrade event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back. Here are the top 7 things you need to know before you head out the door at 7 o'clock.
First off, here's meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we are looking at 3 things today that are of importance to the forecast. That is sunny skies throughout the day today. We'll look for moderate humidity, not as high as it could be at this time of year, and dry tonight with no rain in the forecast, but there will be dark skies as the moon won't rise till after midnight. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Number 2, checking first alert traffic right now. Here is the scene on Clark Road, incident there at Derrick Avenue. So be aware of that in case you're in that area. No word on the direction, but not showing any congestion there. Otherwise, no major issues right now on Suncoast roads.
Number 3, I-75 southbound is back open this morning after a pedestrian ran into interstate traffic and was killed late last night near the Clark Road exit. The incident shut down southbound I-75 for several hours overnight.
Number 4, troopers have now identified the man killed in a one-car crash in Venice yesterday. 30-year-old Robert Sealand was heading north on Venice East Boulevard when troopers say he drove off the road and crashed into a tree.
Number 5, 4 bicyclists remain in critical condition after FHP says they left the bike lane and rode in front of a car on Center Road near Rockley Boulevard in Venice. The bikers are in their 50s and 60s and are from Venice and Englewood.
Number 6, you have plenty of options for Halloween fun in both Manatee and Sarasota County, including they'll do Thriller again in St. Armand Circle tonight. We have a full list of all the activities tonight at mysuncoast.com.
Finally, number 7, what's trending for all those candy lovers out there that you don't get what you want when you're trick-or-treating? Reese's has come up with a clever way for you to exchange it. Starting this afternoon, a Reese's candy converter will be set up on 5th Avenue in New York City. You'll have to make quite the drive if you want to do this. The machine will take unwanted candy and swap it for Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh.
But the company says the machine will only exchange up to 10,000 cups for 5 hours, so there's not much time to swap out your treats. I don't think you can make it there in time.
No. So one of our viewers, Jason Stillwell, wrote to me. He said, Jess should dress as a princess, Ray should dress as a wizard, and John should be a barometer.
I dress as a princess every day. Isn't that what I'm wearing right now?
Have a great Halloween. Lots of activities all on mysuncoast.com.
Good Morning America is coming up next. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful day.
Don't eat too much candy.